So I lost my job. At 6 p.m. on March 23rd, coincidentally my sister's birthday, I was told by my boss that I would no longer be employed, effective immediately. I didn't see it coming. I didn't commit some heinous crime, a fireable offense. And until the moment, 6 p.m. on March 23rd, I thought I'd been doing a pretty decent job. Pause. I realize that the start of this video has all the hallmarks of a disgruntled employee about to lash out against his former employer, but that's not the case. I loved working for the company, and I want to express that I was and I still am incredibly grateful for the opportunity to work for and with some of the most passionate, hardworking, and most amazing people I've ever worked with. See, I hadn't been with my company for very long. I started back in last August, and for 10 months I was a probationary employee, which basically means that the company I was working for, they were doing a test run with me. Now, sometimes you test drive a car and you love it. Other times, you don't. Different people like different cars, different employers like different employees. It feels a bit odd eliminating all of my own agency, seeing as how I'm the metaphorical car in this analogy, but at the same time, it kind of helps me sleep at night, because I personally don't prefer minivans, but some people, a minivan's exactly what you're looking for. What I have to remind myself is that I may very well have been doing a good job and been a great person for a certain aspect of my work. But at this time, I wasn't the best person to meet the specific needs or demands of my employer. You don't buy a sports car to drive 10 kids to a soccer game. I hope that made sense. So here's the thing. There are two ways I can respond to this new unemployed world. So there's path number one, and that's what I call neutral negative. And that's where I can be sad, angry, depressed, generally all around miserable at where I am, what happened, and more importantly, what cannot change. And that's the cold hard truth. I'm not going to wake up tomorrow with an email in my inbox from my company telling me what a horrible mistake they made, and please come back. That's not going to happen, and I have to come to terms with that.
Do you want to stay with door number 1 or go with door number 2? Now, is it in your interest to switch your choice?
Yeah.
Door number 2 is what I call Active Plus. Active Plus is where I come to terms with my situation, learn what worked, and move on.
Don't get mad. Get glad.
But I know that my brain can very easily fall into the neutral negative path. And the big problem with being neutral negative is that when my brain's there, I have a tendency to lose sight of my personal ability to move forward. It's like staying in bed. Until my feet touch the ground, I have no motivation to wake up and start my day. And I cannot imagine a world outside of my warm bed. But once I'm up, once I'm active, once I'm doing things, or really once I've had my first cup of coffee, I'm good. I forget about my bed. And I have to recognize that while I don't have agency over my employment, I have agency over my response. And rather than getting stuck in neutral, I wanted to let you know that I think I'm doing okay. While I still haven't figured out all the next steps for what I'm going to move on to next, at least I'm in the Active Plus state. And I'm choosing to look forward and not look back. Thanks for letting me talk. See you next Monday.